Hello, everyone. Andrew here for Drew Entertainment, back with another live stream episode of Is It Worth It? Episode number 2 for the Book of Boba Fett, Episode 3. Joining me is my partner, one of two, considering that Desert Nord is still recovering from his health issue right now. But joining me is the one and only Joshy064. Hey, Josh.
Hello. How's it going? Morning, everybody.
As soon as anyone comes in the chat, I'll check to see if they can hear you properly. And if need be, I'll turn up the volume on you, on the speakers. But before we get into the Book of Boba Fett, a little bit of a slight rant here from me. Recently, there had been a bit of confusion, let's say, between Joshy and myself over playing the Bioshock on stream and whatnot. And the reason for that was simply this. When I was planning to do that initially, this was long before I had any of you guys here. Long before I ever knew Joshy. Hell, even when I was starting, like, having Desert Nord on YouTube with me was when I was thinking about this. So this was really before Desert Nord and I were even doing things on YouTube. It was just CD and I back then. So the other day I was attempting to do that. Unbeknownst to me, even though I tweeted it out, I didn't see it because I was half asleep at the time. But someone suggested to Joshy he was going to do it, and then he saw me pulling the trigger on my long-term plan to finally get to it from my backlog. But here's the thing, guys. You guys are here now. And I ask you guys in my live streams, on the gaming channel, on the Twitch channel, what games do you want to see me playing? And regularly, I get no response. On the internet, a place where people love telling you their opinion, a place where people love telling you you're canceled for having the wrong opinion. And I get no response. Joshy gets a response saying Bioshock, but I get nothing. And I'm supposed to have more of a following than him? So I have to beg now for your opinion. I have to beg for you guys to respond. I don't like begging. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to ask anymore. If you guys want to give me your opinion, you're free to fucking do that. But otherwise, I guess, going to have to check in with Joshy like I'm a fucking war criminal now. Hey, is it okay if I play this on my channel? Oh, you're not? Okay, perfect. That's apparently where it's at right now. And that's my rant on that. Joshy, anything to add before we get to why we're here?
Yeah, just like everybody, like I know, like I just asked like one question like about the games though. Like I got a response. It's just that I know Drew has been asking for responses like left and right here. I guess like people hasn't been like getting tweets or whatnot.
I got one this morning from Phil. One. So thank you, Phil TMNT. I love you, man. So
yeah. I always tweet out like Drew's stuff. Oh, he gets a little bit more traction though.
Yeah.
Send it out to like Mara and everybody else.
Yeah.
It's just
I get the traction.
We like,
I get raids. I get followers. I get subscribers. That's great. But to me, the number of followers, the number of likes, the number of shares mean nothing to me. It's talking to you that matters to me. It's interacting with you guys that matters to me. I honestly don't give a fuck if you follow. If you do, great. Thank you. I love you. But at the end of the day, what matters is your opinion. What matters is you. I don't matter to me whatsoever. You guys matter to me. Your opinion matters to me. And that's just the way life is for me. But again, thank you, Phil, for your request. And as you saw, and I know you, and I saw you like it on Twitter, that you like the post on Twitter that Tuesday next week I'll be playing Injustice 2 on the Twitch gaming channel of Drew That Games on Tuesday. So expect that stream at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time on Tuesday. So, anything else to add before we get to the Book of Boba Fett?
Any feedback helps, guys. Appreciate like with all the feedback and whatnot, though. But yeah, if Drew like does ask a question, not say try your best. If you don't have time, I understand though. But like try your best to like go ahead and answer him and let him know like what games. If he asks like a question, like say if I want to play Final Fantasy or Injustice 2, like sure to like let him know like what game he wants to play or whatnot though.
I don't care if it's something you hate or I hate. If there's a demand for me to play it, I'll do it. Hell, I don't even care if it's the fucking game that we all hate the most, Last of Us Part 2. If there's like 8 people that are requesting me to play that actually follow us, I'll do it because you guys are asking me to. I'm not going to like it, but I'll do it. Because, like I said, unlike WWE and Disney and all these fucking companies that basically do this to you, you don't get that from me. What you get from me is you have a request. I see if it fits. If it does, guess what? I'm doing it. And no questions asked from me. So, and also, if you want to see me play a game that you think it'd be funny to watch me suck at, go for it. I'll do it for you because you're asking. And like I said, if you follow me, I'll obviously do it. If you don't follow me, and if you're just requesting to see me play a game just because you're an asshole, guess what? I'm going to prioritize the people that follow and subscribe to the channels over you. Sorry, not sorry, though. But with all of that said, the Book of Boba Fett, Episode 3 aired this morning. I see that you had just finished watching it, right?
I did watch like half of it, like at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I get like 4 hours of sleep, just that way I can get a little energy to come on the stream right today. But yeah, I did watch it from beginning to end on this, like recently though, but like right before the stream though. But yeah, my honest opinion,
Yeah.
thumbs down.
On a
I
scale,
didn't like it at all.
We operate on a scale of 1 to 10 here. So from 0 to 10. So on that scale,
I say a 2.
I will say this. There are certain things that I liked in it, certain things that I didn't. For example, I liked that there was more of an emphasis on the current day stuff this time, which was a lot better, like night and day better at this point. But there was a lot of cringy stuff that you could so easily turn into like memes on the internet. Like I saw like on Echo Base's stream, like right afterwards, someone had made a meme of like Boba Fett's biker gang as the
I was gonna get this out. Sorry, Drew. Let
Yeah.
me just get this out though. I was going to say, for all of you that have not seen the Boba Fett, this is going to be a spoiler warning. So if you do not want to see any know any spoilers, I know it's in the description though, but yeah,
it's in the description. Yes, as always.
you just gotta let them know too.
Okay. Yeah. But with Boba Fett's biker gang, it's so easily memeable that someone on Echo Base's stream turned them into the Pee Wee Herman biker gang.
I didn't see that.
I did, because I was watching the stream immediately after I watched it before I went to bed, and I didn't get up. I got up at like 8:30 in the morning to tweet out, yeah, I'm not going to get my Twitcher stream out on Twitch this morning, so expect it tonight instead. And then I went back to bed. That was one of those moments where I do something on Twitter half asleep, which obviously means that I did not tag anybody in it. I just typed out that message and went back to bed, because I knew that I wasn't going to get it out at 8 a.m. because I was already 30 minutes late anyway. So yeah, so on top of that, expect my Witcher stream tonight on Twitch. But and I'll update what time on Twitter later. But
I did see a tweet before the people want to say Mandalorian, but it's Boba Fett.
Yeah.
I did see like a tweet like right way before the like probably a week or two before Boba Fett came out, and they showed that biker chick there, and they said something like it was HJW or something like that on Twitter. They said something, can't wait to see her character or something like that. And I don't know, it's just like, oh great, what type of storyline you're gonna have this chick at though? But
I don't mean to interrupt you, but the chat's alive now. So we got Red Hood here, who is Darth on Twitch. Hey, Red Hood. And and Gaming is here, but Red Hood says in the chat, those colorful speeders are basically Star Wars mopeds with how slow they were, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess going.
Yeah, mopeds aren't that fast. Like I might go around with mopeds though, but it's just that I don't know. It seems like they're trying to bring cyberpunk into Star Wars, and it's just not working. I don't know. It's just that biker gang cringe and everything like mechanical with the humans.
I'm
George Lucas never had that in his
fine with it to a degree. If they actually had like speeder bikes, then I would be borderline okay with them at that point. But they don't. They have mopeds.
I do see they kind of just went a little bit more woke this time as well too, because that redhead female basically is like the bike leader, and basically she seems like she's going to have more of a role than the rest of the biker gang, though, in my opinion, though. So like, bringing more females up on board with this, though, the more female empowerment, though. But
no,
it's just
personally, I don't have a problem with more females in something to a certain degree. It's just what you do with it that matters. And it feels like this is just there just to be there. Kind of like, what is it? Oh, the Book of Boba Fett is just there just to be there. At this point, is how it feels. It's just to put a Star Wars titled thing out to the masses, just to put a Star Wars thing out to the masses. It's not actually to tell a story. It's not actually to get any good Star Wars out there. It's just to do something.
In my opinion, yeah, that's true. Like, in my opinion, what I'm thinking of right now is basically like how the Borderlands series goes. Like Borderlands 1, Borderlands 2, then they had the pre-sequel. Now they have the Borderlands 3, and then they're going to have the Tiny Tina's thing. But they have that little DLC like in between. It's basically like that. They're giving you little bits and pieces of Star Wars here and there, but like in the long run, they're like still trying to get like something big Star Wars coming out though. It's basically like how Borderlands is doing it though. Borderlands sets out big game for a while, and all of a sudden in between games they like do like, oh, here's a little bone, here's I say the pre-sequel that's okay, here's that something to tie you over with Borderlands. It's just like, yeah, they're doing the same thing with Star Wars though, in my opinion. It seems like, yeah, here's a little bit of Star Wars here, but then all of a sudden like the big things possibly gonna come out later, which we don't even know what are they gonna be doing with the big thing though. But yeah.
Well, we don't really know, I think, if or when like any of these other series are really going to be releasing for the most part, like the Kenobi, like Ahsoka, like all this other shit that they're supposed to be doing still. But anyway, back to the spoiler side of Boba Fett. While Boba was in the tank, the Wookiee fellow pulls him out, therefore saving us from the flashback sequence. So thank you for that. So I'm a fan of the Wookiee in the series just on that alone. For saving us from the Sand People flashback sequence. And
yeah, that Wookiee was pretty badass though.
Yeah, I like him. I like what they were doing with him mostly at this point. I want to see where they're going to go with him in the next 4 episodes, which, another spoiler for you guys, there's only 4 episodes to this series left because there's only 7 in total. We're 3 in now. And
it was 8, I don't know. 7, that's garbage.
That's what Echo Base said when I was watching their stream, that there was only 7 planned episodes. That this isn't a 20 episode thing. So for a slow burn, 20 episodes constitutes a slow burn for like the first like 5 or 6 episodes. But when it's like basically half of the season is a slow burn, people are not going to give a fuck about your big moments in the second half at that point because they'll be gone. To the point where the only upside to this series right now is we only got to suffer through only 4 more weeks of this. At this point.
I was going to bring up a little bit more of the Wookiees.
Yeah, that's fine.
It was kind of underwhelming in my opinion, though. Like, it was good, but it's just that, like, it was kind of a cheap shot, like how he just went in there and just took him out of the tank. Like, that was kind of cool, but it was kind of underwhelming as well, too. But it's just that, like, there's another episode of basically, like, Boba Fett getting his ass beat, and then all of a sudden, like, right before he was about to, like, crush him to death, here comes the female biker to come and saves his ass. Like, yeah, we got to show a female to go ahead and save his ass. Like, oh, Boba Fett's another beta male, you know, like how they always do the tropes.
And now,
like, yeah.
And now he also has a pet Rancor.
Yeah. Well, there's also one other thing though about the Wookiee as well too. Like someone did on Twitch, so they're saying that the Wookiee in the books or whatever, the comics, I believe, something like that though, that he did have scars on his like face, but he doesn't have any scars in this series. Is it about continuity or something like that?
Yeah, I believe I said something about that. So did Ryan Kennel. So did Echo Base, and so on and so forth. So, yeah. The people behind the scenes of this series don't know anything about Star Wars that are creating the costumes, other than they're good at making costumes, but they're not good at making Star Wars costumes, in my opinion. Red Hood in the chat says, I really like Black Kristan. I know I'm pretty sure I mispronounced it, but I just hope they don't turn him into a rip-off Chewbacca. Hated that was in Doctor Who Alpha comics. Yeah. No, I personally never watched Doctor Who, and I'm certainly not going to start now.
Well, I did watch Doctor Who a little bit though. Like it was just like we went to some restaurant a while back, and basically it was they had Doctor Who in the background, and it was basically it didn't have any sound though. But I was like watching like one or two episodes without sound, and it actually looked pretty good. Like the one with Karen Gillan. I've seen a couple episodes of that. Like I'm not like 100% like pure Doctor Who fan though, but like some of the older ones with Karen Gillan, at least since I watched Guardians of the Galaxy, I had a thing for Karen Gillan at the time, so I'm like, all right, we'll watch Karen Gillan, Doctor Who, and I watched a couple of those. They were pretty good, but I'm like not no like diehard fan. So
My personal opinion of this episode, right after getting done watching it, my initial thought overall was that was better than last week. So I believe last week I gave last week's like 4.8, right?
I think so.
So I would consider this like a 5.0 for an episode. So it was like watching paint dry better. But overall, this series overall takes a hit with it in spite this up the episode to episode rating went up a bit for me. It takes a hit to like 4.8 overall for the series from a 5 from where it was last week. In spite of the episode rating going up just a bit. Because, like I said, this is a 7-episode series. We're 3 episodes in. There's been no major reveals. There's been no surprises. All we've gotten is flashbacks, Boba Fett looking like a not Boba Fett. And now he's got a Pee Wee Herman biker gang.
And they're still letting people kick his ass.
That's what I meant.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I meant by he doesn't look like Boba.
He also did use his jetpack though once. You can see him just coming in at the very end.
Like
they were chasing the mayor's secretary or whatever he is.
It wasn't Doctor Who that he was talking about. It was Doctor or whatever the other word was. Never mind. But either way, she's part of the new Star Wars comics, not Doctor Who universe. It's Disney Star Wars shit. I don't give a fuck. But the only Star Wars that fucking matters at this point is the obvious. The original trilogy, the prequels, and the older games like Knights of the Old Republic, the original Battlefront games, Republic Commando, the Jedi Knight series. And I think you guys get the idea.
Rogue Squadron.
Yeah, and the Force Unleashed. Almost called it the Force Awakens again. I always had that problem when that movie first came out, because I was always accidentally calling it the Force Unleashed. And after that, I was always accidentally calling the Force Unleashed the Force Awakens. Disney sucks at naming Star Wars movies too.
And just anything EA does with Star Wars is just garbage. That's that one.
Fortunately, it's over though too.
Jim, weren't they supposed to be doing a Fallen Order 2, right? That's what I've heard, right?
That was rumored, but considering that EA has said something along the lines of they don't like paying paying such high prices for licensed stuff anymore. Because you know how cheap fucking EA is. Look no further than Madden. They do basically nothing. They don't update their engine. They just release the same game with a roster update every fucking year, effectively.
Especially the Switch version. Like I believe they even mentioned in their description for the last 2 Maddens or whatever, it says This is just a blatant copy and paste job.
Yeah. But anyway, the gaming podcast is what this stuff's for anyway. Back to closing thoughts on the Book of Boba Fett. So you're sitting on this episode at a 2, I'm sitting on a 5, but overall for the series, after 3 episodes, what are you sitting at?
I say 2, but I do want to pull up. Do want to talk more about the Rancor episode, season this fall too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they have him blindfolded though, and all some Danny Trejo's there, which he's a good actor, but still, it's just like Boba Fett like comes up there and walks up to him. He's like, "Oh, why'd you just sitting there? Oh, he's depressed." Like they make him. Like they say that there's like these big old warriors and whatnot though, like the fighters. Like basically, you see the Return of the Jedi, I believe, that had the first Rancor or whatnot that would Jabba the Hutts, and he seemed like he was a big menace, like gonna attack and kill. And all of a sudden, like with this one though, this seemed like they kind of like made him like a freaking beta Rancor.
Yeah,
in my opinion though, because like they made him like, oh yeah, he's depressed, he's just sitting there. Okay, we need to train him now and whatnot though.
As,
like, yeah,
soon,
like,
as soon as they
more, more feelings and whatnot though. It's like, okay, so
as soon as they said that, my only reaction was he's depressed. He's a shit show mixed bag of feelings and depression. I'm like, oh, good. So I'm a Rancor now.
Yeah, to me that is kind of a little bit disrespectful to the Rancors though. Like, oh yeah, like I know like animals have their feelings and whatnot though, but it's just that they like compared to like what you see in the Return of the Jedi, like he's like powerful and menacing and want to kill and whatnot though, and all of a sudden this one, oh, he's depressed. The hell are you doing with the Rancors?
Well, I would be depressed too if I was in the Book of Boba Fett series. I'd be depressed too.
I do get why Boba Fett does want to ride the Rancor though, because in my opinion, I don't know if they're going to do this though, but if Boba Fett does ride the Rancor, I believe that he's going to be riding the Rancor throughout the Book of Boba Fett. Like they're going around town with the Rancor. That's my possibility. But I don't know if it's going to happen.
I feel like the interaction between the Rancor trainer and the Rancor after Boba left is setting up like the two of them like turning on him or something.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like now that I think about it though, it's like Danny Trejo. Like as soon as he used to feed him, and then he was like looking at him, or like when Boba Fett was petting him, and he had his little staff or whatever for Danny Trejo's character. And he looked like he was like, he doesn't like it. I don't know, like he possibly could trade him like secret stuff that Boba Fett doesn't know, and then possibly take over Boba Fett. You know?
Yeah.
Who knows?
So I feel like that they're going to turn on him at some point, and especially with the statement that he said to the Rancor, he'll be back soon, especially right after they were talking about feeding the Rancor. So that's why I feel like that guy and the Rancor are going to turn on Boba at some point. Or maybe it's just me reading too much into it. I don't know. Comes from a long line of Star Wars fans about speculating on shit that might happen.
Yeah, there's a lot of speculation for any type of Star Wars though. Like in my end as well too, it's just that like sometimes Disney just shits all over it.
Except for just watch the fact that a Star Wars fan is saying that they might turn on Boba. Watch, they're gonna subvert my expectations, and he's just gonna wind up having a pet fucking Rancor. Watch. How much you want to bet they're just gonna subvert my expectations like Disney always does?
Because in my eyes, I see that like Boba Fett does want to ride the Rancor. I'm thinking he's gonna ride the Rancor into town, like say he's a badass, but no, but this Boba Fett that they're making him out to be, he's basically made a Boba Fett. Like every time you see him in a fight, he always ends up like on the ground, almost dead. Some female comes and saves him.
So let me get something straight. Boba Fett wants to ride this thing into a town on Tatooine.
That's my opinion, though. That's what I'm guessing, though.
So at some point, if they do that, we're going to see basically a scene akin to a game mode from Star Wars Connect in a live-action Star Wars movie.
I know which one you're talking about. The one you're like... People were making memes about that, though. Like, it was just like a little kid, like, okay...
Where you're playing the Rancor, just destroying like Mos Eisley or something.
Yeah, I can't probably say the word because basically it's like people are sensitive. It's the R word. Be like a special person's. Like, they had like a person in front of the cat, like rah rah, like well, you look like a special person doing it. It was a meme though, but yeah, I'm not trying to make fun of all them special person needs or whatnot though, but God bless them though. But it's just that was the meme. They're saying like, oh yeah, you look like a special person in front of the Connect doing that shit, the Rancor shit.
First of all, I'm gonna correct you. They don't look like a special person. They look like a dumbass, which my definition of dumbass is the word you're talking about. So I'm gonna clarify. They look like a retard.
Yeah.
They don't look like a special needs person. They look like a fucking retard. Because my definition of retard is not special needs. My definition of retard is dumbass. Just to clarify for everyone in the chat, if you guys are still here.
They did have the dance off as well too. I like had the demo, so I didn't buy the whole game.
Well, I only watched Angry Joe's review of Star Wars Connect, and as he pointed out, the most functional feature of Star Wars Connect was the Galactic Dance-Off, because the Connect was designed for dance games. Who'd have thunk it?
Dance Central games off the charts, though. I did own like all three, and then also. I know we're getting off topic though, but yeah, the
and you call other guys soy boys. I have never played a dance game. I've only watched girls standing in front of me playing it, so I was staring at their asses. But I digress here. That was actually the best part about the dance games, is watching the girls play it. But so therefore, that's the only reason that I like the existence of a dance party and Dance Central Land and whatnot, is the great view. But all of that aside, the Book of Boba Fett is trending in a downward spiral, which surprises nobody. So, as this stream series title is, the question gets asked, is it worth it? And I was walking around my apartment while listening to Echo Base's stream, going over what the answer was going to be in my head. And the answer is no, it's not. After episode 1, I was like, for certain people, maybe. For like those disenfranchised by Star Wars so heavily that they're completely numb to it, like Jeremy, Ryan, and mostly Jeremy and Gary, then no. If it's for someone who's still trying to hold out hope that maybe it will get better one day, like me, maybe. For those who don't give a fuck, who are just going to watch it anyway, then yes. But at this point, I'm saying no, it's not worth it for fucking anyone anymore, because it's so boring as fuck. It's such a trudge to get through. At this point, I borderline know how Az felt about constantly watching through, so we don't have to. Batwoman at this point. Now I know how Az feels. I'm essentially turning to heel versus babyface right before your eyes, which means that now you're going to have to be Gary, Joshy.
Fine with me.
You're going to have to be the boomer, except for I'm the one that's the most absent-minded because I tweet your shit out and don't realize that I tweeted shit out that that was important shit to read. And I know you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's not the Boba Fett I was hoping for, to be honest with you, from Red Hood. Yeah, same here.
Yeah, exactly. Like the first episode when I watched it was Second episode did give a little hope though. It kind of felt like the Mandalorian with episode 2, kind of. Still, I'd say Mandalorian is like way up there in my scale, but still, it's like that's the only good thing that's out though. But like with the third one, I was like, no, I scored the 2.
With the first episode, I'm like, it's just the first episode. Let's see where this is going. Episode 2, I'm like, well, that was a little bit worse. So I think this is not going to end up good. Episode 3, actually, you and I are on opposite odds with this, I think. It wasn't as bad as a 2. It's somewhere closer to a 5. So it has me going. At the same time, though, if we don't get like something at least moderately big in 3, it's fucking over for this series, even though it already was from the very beginning, as it turns out. But because hindsight is always 20/20, but that's pretty obvious.
I do want to ask one thing though. You've seen Doomcock's recent videos?
No, I have not, because I stopped watching Doomcock after I got to the point where I'm like, she's gone. Contract renewed. Really? No, thanks, Mr. Overlord of the DVD. I'm out. Because you've been wrong for way too many times. Because whenever a source is wrong that many times, you cut them loose, and that's what I did. So, because nowadays my source for Star Wars information is either Geeks and Gamers, Echo Base, Star Wars Theory. Well, less so Star Wars Theory, but definitely Echo Base, Geeks and Gamers, Culture Casino, Violent Renegade, and there's one other person. Clownfish TV. Those are my trusted sources these days. So when it comes to Star Wars stuff, but yeah.
I do watch Doomcock from time to time. It's been a while since I watched it, but like I'm like sometimes he does have a little bone to give us though, but like most of the time it's just like like I every time I watch his videos, I just take it with a grain of salt. Like okay, yeah, I'm not gonna like really believe it. So like he says he's got some rumors coming out for this series that might be a game changer though, but I don't know.
Only a grain of salt.
Yeah, well,
I think you need a dump truck of salt with him.
Yeah.
If you want a grain of salt type of situation, then come to us here at Drew Entertainment. You'll get a grain of salt with us, because I don't talk about something generally unless I'm sure that of the source and what's going on. For example, if I'm sure that Mass Effect 4 will feature Commander Shepard in some way, I'm not going to talk about it unless I'm sure of the reports that I'm getting. And I mean like 100% sure that this isn't just pie-end, ass-end of nowhere, just random speculation type of rumor. If it's got like its roots based in at least like a couple of roots based on the ground, of this seems like it actually will happen, then I'll discuss it at that point, type of situation. Kind of like what I was talking about with, I feel like the Rancor and the Rancor trainer are going to turn on Boba Fett at some point. It was because of their interaction after Boba left the room. So
Yeah, like when also there was another interaction too when basically Boba Fett was petting the Rancor, and then you see him like kind of like move his staff, like I thought that Danny Trejo was going to say something like he doesn't like that or whatever, or something like that when he was petting him on the side of his head though. But yeah, those two little things that I saw within Danny Trejo's character and the Rancor, it was like, I don't know, it's very sus or suspicious.
yeah, kind of like you in Among Us.
Yeah.
Every time you laugh. But yeah, those are our thoughts on the Book of Boba Fett episode 3 and the series. It's not good. It's not worth your time. We'll suffer through it so you guys don't have to. Kind of like heel versus babyface with Batwoman. And Gary with Doctor Who at the time. So I guess I'm comparing you and I to the real BBC, except for less popular and fewer people watch. And I'm never going to dress as a fucking hot dog. Because I got better things to do, like worry about people not responding to questions. Speaking of which, there is only one way that I'm going to end this at this point, and it was kind of back to where the stream started. So if you guys haven't not seen that, please watch this back so you guys understand why this is happening at the end as well. But before we do that, we're going to plug our shit first. So it will be literally the end of the stream. So with that in mind, where can everyone find you, Joshy?
You can find me on Twitch, basically the same name as I am right now. Twitter, basically the same name as mine right now. So basically anything, like I make it kind of easy. Basically, like if you look at like Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, just put up like Joshy064. I should put the same profile picture up on there.
I try to make it just as easy to find me, like at Xbox Live, PlayStation Network, Nintendo Switch Online, YouTube, and Twitch, except for Twitch is harder because Twitch makes it harder on me because the original Twitch channel I can't do shit with because they won't send the access code to my phone number, except for my new phone is tied to that account, so I can't tie it to my current account. Therefore, I can't verify Drew That Games with 2 S's because Twitch are a bunch of fucking pricks at that point. So, with that in mind, where you can find me is on Twitch as Drew That Games, DREWDAT, sorry, DREW_DAT_ games with 2 S's. Obviously, Drew That Entertainment, the channel you're watching right now. Traditional spelling of Drew That Games, which is the same as my gamer tag on all of the consoles that I'm on, like I said, which is Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation networks. As well, you can find me there, as well as also on Facebook as Phoenix Reviews, even though I haven't posted to that like in 6 months to a year. Because I used to post like these videos and basically just random gameplay stuff to that. I don't do that as much anymore because I've forgotten about it for some reason. Only because it was named after the old YouTube channel Phoenix Reviews that I previously had to try to replace Drew That Games with when YouTube deemed Drew That Games as unadvertiser friendly. So I started Phoenix Reviews to try to be advertiser friendly. Then got a stream blocked because of the music in the game. So I went, you know what? If I'm going to have this fight, then I'm going to have this fight on the channel that's not advertiser friendly anyway. So Drew That Games was still a thing. And Phoenix Reviews died on YouTube. And also the fact that there was also like 4 other Phoenix reviews at the time, so it didn't help any. Because apparently Phoenix Reviews is a popular name, as it turns out. But Drew Dat, apparently it's more popular now. You're welcome, because now I see that there's another Drew Dat out there somewhere. But I was the first, so. But either way, yeah, that's where you can find us. So the question I have for you guys, well, as we answer the question of is the Book of Boba Fett worth it? At this point, after 3 episodes, no. But the question I have,
no as well.
Yeah, but the question I have for you guys going forward is this: on my Twitch and YouTube gaming channels of Drew Dat Games, what games, and this is directly for you guys in the chat and anyone who watches this after the fact, please give me your opinion in the comments down below. If there is a game at any point that you want to see me playing, be it on YouTube, if I feel that it's safe to stream on YouTube or not, because that would be the PlayStation version of the game, or a game that I have on Xbox. Now, keep in mind, if I have it or if it's on Game Pass, I'll do it. If I have to buy it, I'm going to lean towards not doing it and throwing my money away on a game that I don't give a shit about at that point, for the most part. But please comment what you want to see myself or Joshy playing, since Joshy is here, so I don't want to exclude you from anything. Yeah, what game do you want to see us playing? And if you want to see a specific person playing it, please use the name of either Joshy or Drew and the title of the game. And that's all I want to say about it. Anything to add, Joshy?
Is this Boba Fett worth it? No. It did give me a little hope with episode 2. Like, in my opinion, they had more action, and then the what is it, episode 1 and episode 3 combined. But yeah, it gave me a little hope because it felt like Mandalorian for a second there. But no, it's basically going nowhere with a story.
But yeah,
it's just
it's
just like a kind of convoluted mess though, because basically it's like not. There's a little story, but it's not really much. It's just like, hey, okay, here's Boba Fett.
It seems to me like each episode has like, episode 1 had like obviously writers for it. Episode 2 had a completely different group of writers. And then episode 3 just had a completely different, on top of it, group of writers from the other 2 episodes. So I
do think that, like, what is it? Go ahead, sorry.
No, you.
I was gonna say that Mandalorian, they did have like different directors and whatnot though for the whole series, for I believe for season 2. Just to know, like, what's it? I think his name's Carl Weathers. Give me don't quote me on that though. But what is it?
Are you talking about the basically Mando's friend from The Mandalorian Season 1, who was basically his go-to on Tatooine or whatever desert planet they were on at the time?
Yeah, that was basically like, give me the baby and whatnot.
Yeah.
Child, but yeah.
Yeah.
He did direct the video. He did direct an episode of, like, I believe, like, yeah, they had like different directors and whatnot though, but it worked out well for The Mandalorian.
Yeah, I'm not talking about different directors here. I'm talking about different complete writing staffs for every episode, and it shows. It does not work.
Because like every single episode is like totally different.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel like a story. Like it's like it should. In my opinion, they kind of should have done like how WandaVision did, because basically, I didn't finish WandaVision, but I'm saying like how like the first 2 episodes of WandaVision were like black and white, then all of a sudden you went into color. You know, it should have been like with this season, it should have been like it should have done like the whole flashback scenes like within the first 2 episodes, and then do main story like of how it is now. My opinion though, but like it's just a convoluted mess. It's just like. I don't know. It's just not worth it, in my opinion.
Two things I want to say. One, Joshy thinks that Book of Boba Fett should be more like WandaVision, and in that response, I say you're canceled. And two, well, actually, there's two more things. Red Hood in the chat, Book of Boba Fett seems so disorganized and everywhere. LOL. Yeah. But the other thing was each episode of the Book of Boba Fett seems like it's its own season of the Book of Boba Fett. So technically, we're going on season 4 next week. At this point,
Yeah, it's like its own. Like every episode is more like of its own like thing, though.
it's its own movie.
Yeah.
At that point, so we're on the Book of Boba Fett 4 coming up next week. Next Wednesday. But yeah, but with that in mind, like I said earlier, if you guys have any games you want to see us playing on our Twitch or on Judet Games on YouTube, depending on the system, comment it here and now. Now's your chance with us live. Comment in the comments section down below. I don't mind getting requests even on the entertainment channel for games, because games are a form of entertainment. It's just that there's also a dedicated channel to gaming too. So keeping all of that in mind. As far as I'm concerned, Joshy, you are a part of my gaming community as much as you're a part of the team here for Judet Games and Judet Entertainment. So do you have any requests for me to stream at any point?
Dragon Age. I know you've been doing Bioshock 2. Not Bioshock, Borderlands. I'm sorry, Borderlands 2. With
well, I've already been doing Dragon Age, so I'm already doing your request at that point. Or anything that... Here, I'll give you an idea of something. Something that you would find entertaining to watch me try to play. Be it if you think I suck at it or if you think I'll be any good at it, but it's just something that you would enjoy seeing me try to play for your entertainment. Because that's the only reason that I ask for suggestions. I want to entertain you guys. I want you guys to feel like that was worth watching. That's why I asked you guys for your opinion for games. Because I want you guys to leave feeling like you didn't waste your time watching me.
I know Hellblade I haven't finished, so like I know Hellblade is free up on Game Pass.
Yeah.
I'll probably like if you want to do Hellblade, I'll go ahead and watch you with that Hellblade though.
I'll mark that down. That's something that I can mark down right now. And something that I actually have been thinking about too.
I played like half of it, and I haven't even gone through the whole thing, though. I still need to get through that, though. But
Red Hood says, would like to see you play the Dragon Age series if you haven't planned on playing it, though. I've already started Dragon Age Origins on the Twitch channel, Red Hood. But now I guess that's going to be slipping over to the fan-requested stuff.
What else is there? That's a good game, you know. I got a couple games in front of me, though. All my other games are like across the room, and I'm basically on a wired headset to my Xbox. So I can't make any choices right now.
That pen sucks.
Yeah, I got the Asteroid 40, so I got my USB connected straight to my Xbox Series X.
Yeah. Okay, that pen sucks too. Throw that one away.
Excuse me.
Come on, where the fuck is a good pen? Hopefully this one will work. This one doesn't even have a cap.
What else is a good first person out there? Oh, I know something you could possibly stream as well too, if anybody was interested. The Batman Arkham series.
I can jot that down for you too. As soon as I find a working pen again.
I'm still debating whether or not to do the remastered or the original BioShock.
I say
They
it's up
both
to you.
work. Yeah. The only difference that I've seen was the movement, like the footsteps. Because the original, the enemies can actually hear your footsteps, but on the remastered, it really, like if you like run towards the guy, it doesn't really matter. Like if you're like basically around the corner, they won't hear you. On the original, like if you like step in water, they'll be able to hear you. Like, what was that? Like,
what did you say for the game for me to write down? Because I finally found a working pen.
Batman Arkham series.
Oh yeah, Arkham.
I did the Arkham series though. I'd say the second one is probably the best one in my opinion. Though the one when you get to play Catwoman as well too. I do have the Arkham Origins though, but I never played it.
Have I played the Red Dead games? Yeah, I have Red Dead Redemption 2 on my Xbox One, and I have the first one and the Undead expansion for the 360 as well. So the Red Dead series I could totally do too.
I got an idea. I was wondering. I'll probably have to check it out though. The original Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 for the multiplayer. Because that was my jam when I back in the day. I could possibly check that out, see if there's still anybody playing it, if it was alive for the original Modern Warfare 2, and I could possibly stream that if that still works. For me, it was the best Call of Duty in my opinion, though. But like, I quit buying any Call of Duty.
Fucking, I'm doing pencil now.
It's what is it? Kevin Spacey's Call of Duty. It was like Ghosts, I believe. I think that was the last Call of Duty I bought. I do play from time to time the the War Zone though, but I don't have it installed right now. So
I'm getting
that,
so many suggestions. I'm gonna have to start throwing some of them your way in the chat here.
You could make a list though, like in a list, you could possibly like say at moments you could possibly like ask people in the chat, like in Twitch or Twitter.
Yeah.
And you give like 2 choices and whatnot, though, or you give like 4 choices and then like make a poll or whatnot, though.
Yeah, well, I have sticky notes that I'm slapping on my desk with suggestions from people in the chat right now. So I am making the list as we go right now. So as I see it, this is what's coming up going forward, what I'm going to plan to do, and then one of these games I'm going to see if I can toss your way because I consider you to be a part of my team. So obviously I'm going to do
all my games too,
yeah, so I'm going to do Injustice 2 because Phil suggested that on Twitter. Final Fantasy 7, I know you don't have at all, so I'm doing that. Hellblade, you suggested for me. I'm already doing Dragon Age series anyway. Arkham series, you suggested for me. What if we tag team the Red Dead series together? As in,
I don't have the original. I the only one that's up on the Game Pass, I believe, is 2, but I don't have the original. I've only tried the number 2 out for like a good couple missions.
Okay, so never mind. I'll just do that series. What if I tried to toss Monster Hunter at you as in Monster Hunter World?
Would that see if it's on Game Pass?
Would that be possible? I believe it is on Game Pass.
Yeah, if it's on Game Pass, then I'll be able to do it though. Then. Alright. I probably need to make a schedule like how I'm gonna play and like what time I am now. So.
Yeah. As I'm going, I'm like writing down like what days to plan doing it like on any given week. So, for example, on a Tuesday, this is the current plan. Injustice 2 Tuesday of next week. On a Tuesday at some point in the future, Final Fantasy 7. And then, well, generally Tuesdays is for backlog anyway. So Hellblade would be on a Tuesday as well. So Dragon Age Origins is an old game, so that would be on a Thursday, like it has been. For Throwback Thursday type of situation. Arkham series, those would be on the 360, so I could do those on a Thursday. The Red Dead series, the older games on the 360 on a Thursday, but Red Dead 2, I would probably do on a Tuesday then as well. Unless I wanted to do it on Monday for like Marston Monday or something. And then Monster Hunter probably on a Monday because of the name of the game too. Although first and foremost, I do want to try to get through like the Mass Effect series, just to be honest with it, because I have that like at the forefront of my mind of I want to keep playing that right now. So
yeah, I'll stream something else then. Like another note, have you been seeing what Geeks and Gamers has been posting for the G4 TV stuff?
No, I have not. What have they been up to?
G4 TV, and I'll send it your way on Twitter. We can possibly talk about it like after the stream, though. But
yeah,
I'll
take a look at that after we get done streaming here. But
just that G4 TV is dead to me now. I used to watch it religiously, and just now.
Same here, and and I'm subbed to the YouTube channel. Because every once in a while, like, not every video I watch, but, like, when it's something that, like, is something they're talking about that I'm actually interested in, then I'll check out their video. Otherwise, most of the time, I largely ignore whatever G4 is doing lately myself, so.
Yeah, but I think you're probably going to steer clear away from, like, how they're doing this new G4 TV, though. They hired a new chick, and I suggest checking out the video. It's just total garbage. I loved, what is it? I forget his name, but it's a guy that was on Web Soup. Web Soup was my favorite.
Yeah, I remember that. Although I remember my go-to shows back in the day when G4 was a cable network were, mostly X-Play, because I remember I have fond memories of watching that with my dad and my brother. Mostly my dad, and then occasionally my brother would come down and watch it with us too. But and that was like every Wednesday night that X-Play was on to like review and talk about video games, which we were always into, the three of us. And then also there was the very funny memory of us watching X-Play in the living room. My mom came out of the kitchen from starting dinner and whatnot, or whatever meal she was working on making for the family. And she asked what we were watching, but she hadn't gotten into the room yet because she was heading towards the room because she heard like explosions and whatnot. And she thought we were watching like an action movie or something at first. And my mom asked my dad, or asked whoever was in the room, really, but I pointed at my dad because he responded. But she asked Dad, "What are the three of you watching?" And my dad replied with X-Play. And based on the name, my mom thought that my dad was watching porn in the living room with us. So she walked faster to the living room to go, "Jerry, turn," and then she looked at the screen before she finished. "Turn that smut off," is what Mom was going to say. She looked at TV and went, "Oh, it's about video games," and then left the room. Yeah, so for a moment, Mom thought that we were watching porn with Dad, or that Dad had his two sons watching porn with him. This was not the case. We were just watching video game reviews on cable TV back when that was a thing. Back before things like Geeks and Gamers, things like Drew Dat Games needed to exist. Before people like Joshy talking about and playing video games needed to exist. But here we are just the same. But otherwise, my other go-to show for anything else tech-wise was Attack of the Show.
Yeah, that was a good show as well, too.
Yeah. And that's probably where the dirtier side of my sense of humor probably started, from that show. Because of Kevin Ferrer and Olivia Munn. And also, hence why for a time Aaron Rodgers was my favorite quarterback, because he was dating Olivia Munn at the time. So
Olivia Munn's okay, but like her acting career, no.
I agree. She should stick to being funny and talking about tech and shit.
Probably web too. There was also that blonde, I forget her name. Blonde, I think had a mole in her face like that.
I don't remember.
Forget the blonde's name. Adam Carolla, Chris Hemsworth, I believe.
Chris Hemsworth, I do know. Yeah, I do remember from that as well. So,
yeah, my go-to funny show was like
so this review of the Book of Boba Fett at the end has turned into a review of G4. Okay. So we should end this before we talk about anything else right now. So with that in mind, guys, as I like to do, and I'm going to try to do it more going forward, or try to remember, I already asked you guys what games you want us to see us playing in the future. Let's go through the chat and thank everyone for being here, as I want to try to do. So thank you, Red Hood, Gaming or What. And that's all I see. So thank you to the two of you for being in the chat here. Thank you, Joshy, for being here for your Is It Worth It debut on the channel.
Welcome.
And thank you to everyone who supports the community for Drew Dat Games and Joshy. And on behalf of Desert Nord, who isn't here because of his health issues, I did talk to him before this. He is coming back. When, we don't know yet. There's no timetable for it, but hopefully by the end of January. So, like, at the soonest, maybe like 2 weeks from now. We'll see where he's at that point. But for the time being, it's you and I, Joshy, for any of the podcasting business. So, which means that Monday, the Drew Dat Games podcast is going to make its first live broadcast for the first time on Monday going forward. So, just to try to keep it away from Friday Night Ties, try to keep it away from Breaking Rocks, which we're going to try to do on Wednesdays. But this is replacing that because generally Breaking Rocks was largely born for Desert Nord to do his political rants. He's not here, so no Breaking Rocks without Desert Nord. So until further notice, Breaking Rocks will be suspended until Nord's back. Otherwise, Book of Boba Fett stuff is just going to be on Is It Worth It? So, for Joshy and I. So with that in mind, again, thank you, Gaming, Red Hood.
Oh.
Fuck.
Or I right there.
I hate when the controller turns off. I hate when the controller turns off on me, Joshy.
Yeah. I hate it too. You're sitting there all to this. I think, what the hell?
The controller constantly cancels me.
Xbox trying to censor you.
No, it's just the controller. It's the Xbox One controller. But then again, the Series S controller does that too. Because it's still Xbox. Anyway, as I said, thank you for checking this out. Hit the like on your way out. If you're not subscribed, please do so. If you're not Red Hood or Gaming who are here live and you're watching this after the fact and you're not subscribed to the channel, like I said, please do so. And while you're here, go check out Joshy on his Twitch channel. He also has a YouTube that he does things whenever he has the conscious mind to do something. What's that?
No, I was just checking out Bioshock Infinite to see how it is. I'm just basically on the menu stuff, but they had this one song that was on here that I didn't even know that was on this damn game. And it's like, it's one of the old school songs, but I had like.
But yeah,
it's in the background. Like, yeah, I'm just like just listening. I was like,
But anyway, as I said, if you're not subscribed, please do so. Hit the like. Follow Joshy on his channels. Follow Drudette Games, and you're obviously here on Drudette Entertainment. Go find me over on Twitch, which later on tonight I'll be playing more of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Thursday tomorrow I'll be getting back into Dragon Age tomorrow. Friday I don't have anything planned. I might take the day off, but usually that's for Free Play Friday business, like games with Golden PlayStation Plus games. If I'm going to do anything Friday, it's going to be Dirt 5, I think it is, for the Instant Game Collection on PlayStation. So that's on YouTube for Drudette Games. I'll post something on Twitter if I decide to do that. If you don't see anything on Twitter from me, then expect me to be taking the day off from streaming on Friday. And then Saturday after work will be more Skyrim. And then Sunday will be Chunk the Punk and I doing our now going to be annual Sunday Borderlands 2 streams for Chunk Solo and Drew Baca's adventures in the Borderlands. And Monday will be, for the time being, the Mass Effect trilogy. And I was thinking about it. I'm going to throw at the end after 3 Mass Effect Andromeda into it, just so you guys can watch me playing that. Because apparently I hate myself. As it turns out.
I did try Andromeda just to get a couple of challenges done for like a weekly thing for Game Pass or whatnot, though. And yeah, it's not my cup of tea. It's still totally different compared to Rich.
Yes, it is. But here's a fun fact for you guys before we finally get out of here. I played all the way through it on PlayStation, which is the platform that I originally pre-ordered and bought it for and reviewed it for. Then I got it for Xbox because I wanted to play it for achievements. So I've played through it already twice on 2 different systems. So now evidently I'm planning to play through it a third time on Xbox for you guys on stream going forward on the Twitch channel, which is going to be exclusive to the Twitch channel. Well, most of it will be going to YouTube. Certain scenes are going to stay only on Twitch, and you guys know what scenes I'm talking about. The same scenes that when they come up in the stream for the Mass Effect trilogy are going to be staying on Twitch. And I know you know what I'm talking about, Joshy.
Yep.
So with all of that in mind, that's my current plan going forward. I'll see when Hellblade and Arkham series and the Red Dead series and Monster Hunter fit into current plans. I'm going to try to fit them in somewhere, regardless if I have to ask if I could throw something your way, if at all possible.
Yeah, I have to go through my games library and see what I have. So I can put all the disc on a phone.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about it. But with that in mind, you know what? I have an idea. But I'll bring it up to you in just a second. It's involving Mass Effect. But with that in mind, guys, we'll see you guys. Well, I'll see you later on tonight for The Witcher 3 on the Twitch channel. I'll let you guys know what time I'm going to start that stream in a little bit here, because I'm going to lay back down after we get done discussing our business behind the scenes. But with that in mind, may the force be with us. Fuck Naughty Dog. The Book of Boba Fett is average at best, and it's not worth it. And Raylos are weird. Any other catchphrase you want to throw on there other than go fuck an iceberg?
Brandon?
Let's go, Brandon.
No, where's?
Bye, guys.
Hi, guys. Thanks for tuning into our channels. Appreciate it. You guys have a good one. See you next stream.